So for this tutorial, we're going to grab our yarn and you're going to make a slip knot. And how I make my slip knot is just I grab my yarn from the right side and just put it on top of the left side in a circle, and then I'll just grab my hook and go through it and make my first stitch. What you're going to do next is you're going to make a chain running from the tip of the person, like your client or your own nipple, to the very end, like the under boob. And the person I was making it for was for 3.5 inches. So I'm going to attach an image to guide you. This is the image that is going to guide you on different sizes. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a chain. I made a chain of 3.5 inches because that's what was the measurement of my client. So what you're going to do is, after seeing that it's the exact measurement, you're going to grab your yarn and your hook, and you're going to hold that very last chain that you made, like the very last chain, and then you're going to add 3 more chains, and you're going to go into the one you were holding with a double crochet, and you're going to go throughout the very last chain, like from that part to the very last stitch of our chain. You're going to go through it with a half double crochet, and I'll meet you when you reach the very last stitch. So when we reach the very last stitch, what you're going to do is you're going to go through that very last stitch with 3 double crochets, and that's 1, 2, and finally 3. And then what we're going to do next is you're going to chain 2 and then go back through the very same stitch or hole with 3 more double crochets. I hope that makes sense. You're going to just chain 3, go through that hole with 3 double crochets, chain 2, go through the very same hole with 3 more double crochets, and we're just going to keep doing that until we reach the very end of our stitch, and I'll meet you when you get there. So what I'm trying to do here is you see the very last piece of yarn that was sticking out, this part that I'm showing you. I'm trying to cover it, like to crochet it inside the double crochets that I'm making, because I don't want it to stick out. So that's what I'm going to do up to when I reach the very end. And so when you reach the very end, as you can see, this last stitch, you're just going to, as you can see, I'm still trying to cover up that piece of yarn that's sticking out. And that's the remaining bit. You're going to just cut it off. You're going to go through the very last stitch with also a half double crochet. Then you're going to chain 3 and you're going to turn your work around, and you're going to skip that very last hole that I'm showing you here. You're not going to go through it, you're going to skip it and you go to the very next stitch, and you're going to go through it with half double crochet. And that's how you're going to do, like for the rest of the bralette. You're going to keep skipping that very last stitch, and you're going to go through every single stitch with a half double crochet until you reach the very top of our bralette, and I'm going to show you what to do next. So when you get to the very last stitch, what you're going to do is you're going to go through that space with 2 double crochet. I was a bit fast, so I'm doing a voiceover for this part. You're going to put 2 double crochets into that space, and then you're going to chain 2 and go through the same space, go into the same space with 2 more double crochets, and we're just going to do a repetitive kind of pattern. You're just going to go through the remaining stitches with double crochets. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut off your yarn, and what we're going to do next is we're going to try and attach the green yarn, and you're going to do this by making a slip knot, and that's how we're going to attach our yarn. You make a slip knot, and then you're going to make a slip knot, and you're going to go through the 2 stitches that was left on the hook, and you're going to chain 3, tie the yarn together just like that, and you're just going to continue with the same pattern, which is double crochets until you reach the chain space. And when you reach the space, you're going to do 2 double crochets. So you're going to go through all the stitches with the double crochets, and when you reach the chain space, you're going to just put 2 double crochets, you chain 2, add 2 more double crochets, and you go through the remaining stitches with double crochets. And that is exactly how the stitch is going to, that's how we are going to do it. We're going to keep adding the different colors, and also make sure you measure, because what we're trying to do is, so this is the end of our bra cup, and as you can see, I just ended it with black, the black color. And what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that the piece of the yarn that I'm cutting off is really tightened, and then you're going to just cut it off. What you're going to do next is you're going to chain 6, and you're going to turn your work around. You're going to skip 1 stitch and go to the next stitch with a double crochet, then chain 1, skip 1 stitch, go into the next with a double crochet, chain 1, skip the next stitch and go through it with a double crochet. And this is what you're going to do, and you're going to do this until you reach the chain space, and I'm going to find you when you reach there, and I'm going to show you what to do next. So when you reach the very top part, on that space, you're going to go in it with a double crochet, and then you're going to just continue, make a chain of 30, and this is what is going to go through your neck. Like when you tie the 2 cups together, it's going to go through your neck. So you're going to just chain 30. So after chaining 30, what you're going to do is you're going to go through each and every stitch back down to our bra cup with a single crochet, and you're going to do that until you get to until you reach the very end of the bra cup. And when you get to the end of the bra cup, you're going to chain 1 and go through each and every stitch from one end of the bra cup to the other side, and this is the lower part of it, with a single crochet in each and every space, and I'll reach you. And that is that's how we'll finish 1 cup, and you're going to do the same and make a second bra cup, and I will get to you when you've finished both the bra cup and show you what to do next. So here we have two cups, the two different cups, and what we're going to do next is we are going to grab our yarn, the black one, and you're going to make a chain of 150, and this is what we're going to use to attach the two bra cups together. As you can see here, I'll show you just have to go through each and every space with the chain that you've made of 150, and that will be the end of the tutorial. So I apologize, my phone died before I finished recording, but this is what I mean. This image is what I mean of attaching the two together.